Shalom, Cosmic Family. The Cosmic Professor is channeling live from the cosmos, and today we're here to talk about the Sun entering the sign of Cancer. This will be June 21st, okay? Tomorrow, depending on whenever you're watching this video. So the Sun will be in Cancer all the way till the 21st of July. It's normally around that region, so from the 20th to the 23rd. I don't recall the exact date. Anyways, so what can we expect from this shift from Gemini, right, which rules the logical mind, into Cancer, which rules home and our nourishment, right? Well, I wrote up a few points to talk about, and let's get into them. So the first point is this time will be all about sensitivity, okay? And when I talk about sensitivity, I don't mean emotional sensitivity, although that's a part of it. I mean sensitivity in its fullest extent, in being observant to what you feel, right, to your sentience. So that is observing your mental process, that is observing your emotions, that is observing every part of your being, okay? I don't even want to compartmentalize it, but every part of your being, because Cancers, they're very sensitive. The key word for Cancer is I feel or I sense, okay? And normally, and I'm a Cancer sun, so I can tell you this firsthand, very intuitive, very creative, and very connected to their emotions. They have a lot of emotional wisdom, right? And that's because through their emotions, they're so fluid. They're not trying to control it. The energy of Cancer is not about controlling your emotions, but flowing with it. And since it's such a sensitive energy, it picks up on subtle things that the mind may not always pick up on, because the mind is all about logic, right? Logic and a rigid understanding. It's almost like you put a borderline. Boom. Everything that hits below the board, no, everything that hits below the borderline cannot be sensed. Only what hits the borderline or above, it comes up on the meter, it's able to be read, right? Cancer is all about dwelling here under the borderline, so you feel you're a lot more sensitive to information, right? So that is my point there, and it's important during this time to connect with your sensitivities, but you can only do that through grounding, through slowing down, through asking yourself questions, reflection, and from changing your natural responses to things, which is always reaction based, right? When something happens, we instantly jump on it. Take that to a sense of being present, feeling, taking a breath, stepping away from things if you need to, and that will allow more space for more to come to you. Then you can feel things, you see things that naturally your mind won't see when you're in the midst of a situation, because anytime you get in the midst of a situation, the mind instantly shoots, and it's narrow vision. How can I get out of this? How can I control this, right? We have to step outside of that and connect with what am I feeling, the things that the mind doesn't normally see. We have to kind of focus more there on this time. That will help so that throughout the rest of the year we can continue to move in the right direction, right? Because this will help us to receive critical pieces that are missing from the picture, right? Or beyond our hindsight. Okay, so that's that. Next point is it's important not to push the boat, right? Because once you're dealing with sensitivity, then you already understand it's in the name. It's not about Cancer. It's not about pushing the limits, fighting things to go your way, controlling. It actually squares the Zodiac that rules that kind of energy, which is Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, which is all about war, dominance, and control. Aries operates the same way. It's action based, and it's all about initiation. It's all about dominance. You understand? So Cancer squares this energy, so they conflict, right? Cancer is on the bottom of the chart, and Aries is the first Zodiac, right, or the first house. And so Cancer, since it's on the bottom of the chart, it's all about our most the private area of our life, right? That's Cancer energy right there. That's why it rules the home. It rules our roots, right? It rules our needs, our nourishment, like what um, our soul needs, what our body needs, right? On a holistic level, right? Because it's all about the connection to self. It's very private and sacred, right? So that's why there is need not to push the boat, because Cancer actually operates in a way where they're able to use their emotion to attract and to uh, um, guide themselves towards the things that they want, right? They never act um, they never act out of in an unnecessary manner, but they always acting from inspiration, from intuition and emotions. It's always from a space of um, I feel this is right, rather than this is logically right to me. Like, let me go do this, or I can do a million things in a day. Let me spread myself thin, whatever the case may be. That's not how Cancer operates, and I feel like you can get a lot more done in this time if you operate in a way where you are you slow down, right, first and foremost, and you connect with your sensitivities and allow them to guide you. Okay, so that's my next point. And following through, the next one is themes around family, right? How can we leave that out? And when we talk about a Cancer energy, right? So since Cancer rules the physical home, literally, and you can expect themes around family to come up. So you can be doing more family things at this time, feeling more family oriented, wanting to, I think it's a perfect time to do things like family meetings, family group activities, right? Themes around family definitely will prevail at this time or unexpectedly come up, so be prepared for that. But yeah, it's well needed. I think it's all to kind of reorganize things in the home, right? I think this time is calling for that, but also to help us slow down, right? Because throughout the year we have 12 zodiacs and they all bring different energies, and this time is the energy of steadiness, and what's another good word? Fluidity, you understand? And fluidity implies sentience, being aware of your more subtle senses, right? So that is important. Next theme will be home changes. I talked about that, and next would be what are your needs, right? Because nourishment is important. A lot of times, since we're all so busy, since there's always somewhere other to be than the present moment, we are not focused on what is missing from our life, right? Like what we are not seeing, okay? And again, that takes slowing down. So don't be surprised if these things come up to your attention, right? Around this time, you're seeing more themes around your health show up, or you're seeing more themes, again, around family issues or personal issues, emotional wounds, things of that nature, more sentient things, right? When people say you're so sentimental, you feely, okay? This is a time where you may notice these things coming up for yourself, because since Cancer rules the home, the roots, your mother, it's all about, again, your nourishment and how you properly develop, right? Because our home, our mom, our family, these are all essential things in how we develop. So that is what Cancer energy specializes in, okay? It's trying to help us to properly develop, trying to help us to heal, to rejuvenate, whatever you want to call that, okay? But it's not doing that in such a logical way. It's doing that in a way where it doesn't really make sense to logic, okay? So you might see, okay, say for example, you're experiencing, God forbid, heart issues, right? Then you feel like, okay, why is this coming up? But at the same time, it came up with memories or experience from the past that manifested in the present, kind of triggered that past memory, right? And then you realize, okay, so this heart condition may not just be solely physical, but it's connected to emotional baggage that I've been carrying, right? That doesn't make sense to the physical mind, but that's how it is. You understand? So that's the kind of energy that we're dealing with during Cancer season. Okay, so it's important to, that's why it's important to pay attention to your more subtle senses, right? It's a sensitive time. So guys, that is my take for the sun going into Cancer. Apply it as you will. Play around with all of the ideas that I gave and see what it means for you. Other than that, I will be seeing you guys on Wednesday for to continue the 12th house series, right? And we are on 10th house Capricorn, which is going to be exciting. It's all about building, and it is also all about foundation. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.